And good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Oh, as the title says, I'm almost able to get back on schedule here. Another week of interruptions, maybe a week and a half at the outside, and then I should be able to be back to doing my normal 4 days. Uh, anyway, so how was your Christmas there, old guy?
Oh, my Christmas was fantastic. Spent time with the grandkids. They were a handful. They had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters. How was your Christmas?
Well, as I say, my wife was happy, my daughter-in-law was happy, and my grandchildren were happy. That is all that matters.
All that matters.
And my son, when I say that, my son looks at me and he goes, "Well, what about me?" I look at him and I say, "What about you? Christmas ain't about us. It's about our
Never is.
families."
Yep.
this fa-
And I can't seem to express that to my wife. She's like, we're going over to celebrate yours and the littlest birthday together. Where do you want to go eat? And I said, it's not about me. It's a joint birthday party, so it's not about me.
right.
Joint means it's not about me.
My wife gets frustrated with me. She goes, "What do you want for a birthday present, or what do you want for a Christmas present?" I say, "The same thing I've been telling you I've wanted for the past 30 some odd years." She looks at me and she just shakes her head and goes, I know. You want me with three bows." That's right. You with three bows.
You never know. One day you may get it.
Anyway, but yeah, the rest of the wife's Christmas will be coming in though this week. And she used my card to order some more stuff last night, so I'm calling that part of her Christmas too. Since she spent $200 off of my debit card last night before last, and ordered some raised flower beds.
Okay.
So well, all righty. So Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah,
But
my Merry Christmas is to my wife is to leave her alone for a couple of months.
well, you go skiing.
While I go skiing. It's not about me. It's not about me. Keep saying it's not about me. I'm doing this for you, sweetie. For your peace and quiet. For your yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, that's in 10 days,
wow.
I think.
And
See when
you wouldn't be looking forward to that at all.
yeah, 10 days I fly out. And conditions around the country are pretty much sucking. Pretty much sucking for snow. I know you're hearing a lot about it, but it's not where it needs to be.
Right. And where it is, it's too much.
Well, up here, my resort, uh, the road to get to it is damaged on both sides of the mountain. And it's at the top of the mountain. So you can't get to it from one side and you can't get to it from the other side.
Right.
Well, they've come up with a plan to open it up on the other side first, which to me is kind of silly, but not really. I mean, because I can't enjoy it, I think it's wrong. But my reasoning is, I would think you would open the side of the mountain that is going to provide the most money, economic value for everything affected, rather than let the fewest number of people with the least amount of money access first.
Right.
And I'm not trying to degrade the other side of the mountain. There's nothing over there. You have two little towns, and that's it. On this side, you have 15 small towns on the way up, plus all the people. But that's neither here nor there. Denver, nothing but grass showing. Utah, a lot of grass showing. About the only place that's getting snow is Southern California and New England. That's really about it. Nothing else is getting snow.
Well, where my sister's lives in Ohio, she's got over the past 4 days, she says she's gotten in 7 inches of snow.
And the highest mountain in Ohio is the speed bump in Fred Meyer.
Right. Hey, I ain't saying nothing about no mountains. Yeah, no, I'm just saying where my sister lives over the last 4 days, she said it's been on average 27 degrees as a high, and she's gotten in 7 inches of snow.
Like I said, where it is snowing, it doesn't need to. It needs to snow where it should snow, not where it wants to snow.
And she says she's so happy that she listened to me and got a couple um, solar panel generators, a couple $100 a piece. And she's got them sat out and fully charged up, just waiting for, if she should happen to need them. So,
how cold is it, Paul? It's a brisk 31 here in Seattle.
Oh, I don't even know what it is here. It's 29 degrees. No.
It's warmer in Seattle?
Wait a minute, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Than in Florida?
Wrong. It's 59 degrees.
Okay. I was just like, what?
It's got a wind chill taking it down to 29.
Damn. Y'all got some high winds today.
Yeah.
To take it from 50 something to 29, that's got to be some high winds.
And well, it's also raining. So, rain always makes everything colder. Feel colder. I remember coming in off the flight line, and all I want to do, as I'm pulling in the driveway, the wife's, filling the bathtub with nothing but hot water for me to go crawl into. Hey, morning, Digi. It's 59 with a feels like of 29. So they're taking in that wet weather. Take out the wet weather, and it's probably it feels like of about 50.
Oh, comments. There we go. But Don't mind me. I'm just moving stuff around on my computer.
Ah, okay. So, but anyway, we're now I will after today's stream, just heads up, I won't stream again until Friday at the earliest. Because the rest of this week sucks.
Oh, dude, there were some coyotes outside my house last night. Oh
cool.
my God. Like right outside my window barking. Oh my God.
And you loved every
Scared
second
me.
of it.
Scared the daylights out of me. I'm just laying there asleep, and all of a sudden, and I'm like, what the? And it went on for, I don't know, 10 minutes, and they finally moved on. But damn, that was unreal. Right outside my window, it sounded like. Super high pitch, too.
Now it's a high of 25 degrees and snowing in Michigan.
High of 20.
I haven't heard from Monkey since his Christmas stream.
Yeah, Monkey, I don't know what's up. I hope everything's okay, but given December is the time to stream to make that last bit of money, he's had, I think, 3 streams this month. I think he's only streamed 3 times.
Oh, okay. It's a lot going on. Life is kicking some of us in the butt right now. So we're just trying to make the best of things. Found a damn black snake in my drive the other day, and the wife freaked out over it. Personally, I don't mind black snakes because they keep all the other critters down. Oh, I was sitting at my son's house the other night, made lasagna, and took it over there for dinner. And my security system goes off, and I can pop it open and see what it is. And some guy's letting his dog take a crap up about halfway up into my yard. So I get on the loudspeaker and tell him to get his damn dog and pick up his dog's crap and get off my yard. And you should have seen him jump. He was not expecting that one bit. And I think I know which neighbor it is. Well, neighbor as in he lives about 6 or 7 houses down the road. And we don't actually, there's other than we say hi to the new people that moved across the street, because we got some new people that moved in and we tried to be social with them, but they didn't want to be social, which is fine. You got your own group of people. That's great. Doesn't bother me at all. Then we got people that live right, sort of right next to us, and there's a 90-year-old man with his 70-year-old wife and 50-year-old daughter, and her boyfriend or husband or whatever, and we're greeting acquaintances. We see each other out, we say hi, we talk for a few minutes, and then that's it. No, which is fine. Social acquaintances. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of my neighbors. I know the people on either side of me. Well, I know everybody in the cul-de-sac, and that's
right.
literally about it. When I was growing up, I knew everybody in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I knew everybody by name in the neighborhood.
being as my nearest living neighbors were a mile and a half away when I was growing up. Uh,
Well, living on a farm will do that, but
yeah, that's and
I
uh,
lived in an actual subdivision,
uh,
a big square. But yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, I made it a point to always go by and see a lot of the people in the neighborhood. And it was more I went to go see the adults more than I went to go see people my own age.
I'm loving that Digi's talking about staying in, or Paul's talking about staying in a bunker. So
And I think most everybody where it's snowing is staying in their bunker a while longer.
I made, I was saying I made that lasagna to go out to my son's house for dinner. And I surprised him and I made the pasta itself also.
Well, you always make your pasta.
And well, yeah, but they weren't expecting me to do that this time. And because my schedule's just been so full, they weren't expecting me to make the pasta. But I went ahead and made up got the pasta made up made up the sauce from scratch. The whole, just everything from it. And between the five of us, we only ate a little bit. I mean, just under half the lasagna that I made. So I asked them if they wanted some of it to be kept. Hey, do y'all want some of this for leftovers? They said sure. They scraped the whole pan into their Tupperware and kept it.
That's fine.
They kept the whole. It's like I don't even get no second bites of my own lasagna.
Nope. Well, it's not about you, Dad. It's not about you.
I'm like, oh man, this is horrible, man. I spent 5 hours making that lasagna, and all I get is that one square.
Yeah, I don't even get seconds. Damn.
Exactly. I didn't even get seconds of it. I did get some of the best vanilla wafered pudding I've ever had.
Yeah.
And she promised to get me the recipe from her mother. Because this was banana pudding that she'd brought home from her mother's place. And it's like, yeah, tell your mother I want this recipe. I'll trade her my dough recipe for her banana pudding recipe. And I am going to be so mad if it includes Jello instant pudding.
So, we got any news today?
Well, Minnehaha is in all kinds of trouble.
No.
Yeah, Minnesota is in big time. The FBI is going in there and they're starting to raid. Well, they're not in the raiding stage yet. But I give it 2 months and they'll be out there raiding a whole bunch of Somali businesses. Nick and this Nick Schreiber. He's a local independent journalist, the internet journalist. And he's been going around to the Somali owned and operated daycare centers. And throughout all hours of the normal business hours, all hours of the day, during normal business hours. And most of them are locked up with no kids around. But they got anywhere between 1.5 and $2 million a year in government money for operations. They're registered as having anywhere from 90 to 100 children in each one of these centers. And Kash Patel evidently got notified of some of his reporting, and now the FBI is starting to investigate it. And they're not only, from what I understand, they're not only investigating the daycare centers, how they, that are illegally operating or getting these monies and such, but the state inspectors who were supposed to be inspecting these daycares to ensure they are safe places for children to attend. And then the state people that approved them for all this tax, all these tax money. And that's going to be interesting to see how high up in the Minnesota government that goes. The question is who knew what and when?
Oh, they're all going to say they didn't know anything. Yeah, but how could this have happened on my watch? I run a tight ship. They can claim that, and then they can get away with it. Which is what's going to happen. Nobody is going to jail over this.
It's going to be kind of interesting to see how people can say, yeah, I went out and I saw 90 children at this daycare center. I went out and, approved them for $1.8 million in taxpayer funds for a year. Yeah. So that, and Governor Tampon Timmy has been getting questioned about it. And he said, well, I know nothing about this. I only know what I've been hearing in the news reports. So, I mean, there's going to be there's going to be some sacrificial lambs. There are going to be some people.
Yeah, and none of them are going to be politicians. All of your sacrificial lambs are just going to be run-of-the-mill Somalians.
No, I'm talking about the bureau rats.
No.
There's going to be some low-level bureau rats that are going to be sacrificed.
Yeah, mailroom clerk who happens to be Somali.
Maybe, yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I'm of the belief we need to take a hardline stance, exactly like, I don't know, Poland. Italy is coming around.
Japan.
Fucking, we need to be like Japan. No shit. Now, I was reading something on Japan just either yesterday or the day before about how super anal they are, and I like it.
Japan is even refusing to allow them to open up mosques.
Nope, you can't bury anybody here.
You know,
Everybody's cremated in Japan.
yep. No Muslim funerals allowed. No mosques allowed. No. We like our culture the way it is, and we're not going to let nobody come in and change it on us.
There was even one of the anime. I read one of the anime creators was just like, we're not changing. Western civilization has got to conform to us, not us to them. We are not changing the way we do our anime. Fuck you.
Yeah. Now, granted, the only anime I've ever been interested in, there's only two animes I was ever interested in. Okay. Speed Racer. Okay, which was technically anime. And then there was this one about a giant robot. And I'm talking 50 years ago when I was a kid. It was a TV series.
Giant robot anime. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah.
Because I know Speed Racer.
Yeah, and I can't remember the name of the robot one. But that was the only two. And I didn't even realize Speed Racer was anime until 10, 15 years. Yeah, until 10, 15 years ago.
I would say the only one that I truly got invested in was one called Star Blazers. And they had, I think, 4 seasons and 2 movies and one, I think, even live action movie. And they were all pretty darn good. The anime was, in my opinion, was really good, and it was about a spaceship that was built out of the battleship Yamato.
Oh, okay.
Voltron? That was live action, wasn't it? Wasn't Voltron live action?
Voltron? No, it was cartoon, I think.
Okay, as I type it in the wrong search bar.
I love this. They're saying old school anime, and they only go back to the 1980s.
Yeah, a major hit from the 80s.
Yeah. I'm talking. I'm wanting to look at stuff from the 1960s. They got some here I've never even heard of before, like Cowboy Bebop. What the hell is that?
I've not seen it, but I've heard about it. Tetsujin? Giganator?
Let's see.
Astro Boy?
Oh, Astro Boy. That was it.
Astro Boy was 1963.
Like I said, yeah, Astro Boy. That was the other one I remembered.
Apparently, there was a large lobster theft up in Taunton, Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
$400,000 of lobsters were stolen. And reading the article, it was the second theft that day. They're hijacking valuable freight in transit. Acting as a legitimate trucking company, went in, picked up the load, and at that point in time, it went missing. Some of these companies are gaining registrations, and they've got 200 to 300 trucking authorities under the same name or address. $400,000 of lobster. That's a lot of pinchers.
Yep. That's a lot of lobster tail going to go to waste.
And to think that lobster used to be a poor man's food.
Yep. Yes, it was. People went on strike because they got tired of being fed lobster. So I want to show you a headline from the UK, the Daily. Okay. You tell me what's wrong with this headline.
Other than the fact it's coming out of the UK. Oh, dear God.
Now, what do you see about that headline that's questionable?
The time frame? I don't know.
Okay. How about the word raped being put in quotation marks?
Maybe he was just essayed. Maybe he was just groped. I don't know.
No.
And I'm not willing to read the article to find out.
Well, now that the guy was penetrated, but what's raising a lot of cane, a lot of people are angry about, is if that had happened to a woman, the word rape would not have been in quotation marks. Okay. You know, they're only.
Well, if it was a female, it would never have made the article in the UK. If it was a female, it would not have been published that somebody had been raped. Right?
No, because there's if you do online search, you find all kinds of articles, news articles about it. In fact, if you put in if you do a Google search, like I just did, I put man raped in UK. The first 10 or 12 headlines are all about a man being charged with rape.
Right.
Not about a man being raped.
Well, if we just pull back just to the US, I don't think in the news media that a woman has ever raped a man.
Not according to the news. Well, not according to the news media. No.
Even that twisted fuck up here who recently passed away, who had sex with her student, and then after he got out of school, they got married. But oh no, she didn't rape him. They just had sexual intercourse. Mm-hmm. But when a male teacher does it, he rapes his student. A female student has sexual, or a female teacher has sexual relations.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like this teacher just got 6 years or 3 years in prison and 6 years probation, supervised probation, for having sex with a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying in the UK, they're not going to publicize a female rape. They're just not. They just don't. It's the rest of the world that points it out. I mean, that little girl that had the hatchet and the knife or whatever was defending herself. That didn't come out until other news organizations around the world came out with it.
then
Not
they-
the UK.
Then they
They're not
wanted
going-
it. They charged her.
Yeah.
They arrested her.
But again, the UK is not going to publicize the rape of a female.
The UK is a lost society at this point.
It is.
The UK is a totally lost society. When they, banned all but banned Christian practices to the point that you can't even silently pray out in public without being charged. Like that woman that stood across the street from an abortion clinic and silently prayed, didn't do nothing else, just silently prayed. And she, they asked her if she was praying. She said, yes, silently in my brain, in my mind. And they arrested her for breaking the law. Like they, in Scotland, they arrested a guy for having Bible study in his house because his house was too close to an abortion clinic.
I want to know how bad the UK really is. Yeah, there in the side chat is a link. Starmer is talking about this person. I forget who it was. Whoever they're trying to get back into the country over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or whatever his name is.
Yes. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
And jailed for a post on social media in another company and another country. Oh God, the horror. Starmer, it's exactly what you're doing. Oh, the horror that another country would jail someone over a tweet. The horror of it. We have to bring him home. Wait, what? You're jailing people for tweets, and you think it's a horror that someone in another country got, a British national. I don't know how he's a British national. I mean, he could be a British citizen, but he wouldn't be a national because he's Muslim. But yeah, UK is, in my opinion,
and if you've read the tweets that this guy has sent out, they're quite violent and
the guy is wanting for white death, white genocide, kill all the white people.
What was that? Okay. I know what it sounded like a phone ringing, but I know it wasn't my phone. So come on, I'm hating this last update to the OSs because I can't click on something without getting either Gemini, do you want Gemini to research this for you? No, just give me my search engine.
I don't think I've updated my phone in over a year now. It's like, there's a new update. And I'm like, I don't care. Oh, tap here to sign in and approve. And no. I agreed to the terms of the last software update. I do not have to update again if I don't want to, and I'm not going to. I don't want AI in my text. I don't want AI at all in anything. If I want to use AI, I will, but I don't want it forced upon me.
Well, it's not getting any better here in the United States. There was recently a court case, a city, they've got all these cities and everybody's going to these smart meters for your water, for your electricity, for everything else. And this one city wanted to fine a guy somehow, $2,500, something like that, for having too many people at his house. They were assuming he was doing like an Airbnb or something. And the judge asked him, well, how do you figure he did this? How do you figure he was renting this out? Do you have proof? And they said, well, according to his water usage, it's a household of 4 people, but the shower is running 8 to 10 times a day. The toilet flushes are this, and this. And the judges look at him and said, where are you getting this information from? Well, this is coming from the analytics of their water usage off their water meter. And the only thing that explains the uptick in usage in his water for, and the showers and such is he's renting this, Airbnb or something along, where he's got tenants. And the judge looked, is asking, well, where's your warrant did you get a warrant? Did you do anything kind of investigation besides the analytics off the water meter? Well, no, Judge, we don't have to.
You have to. We do not. The government has to get warrants. We do not.
And the judge is looking at this city manager guy and said, you're so full of it. Basically, said, you're so full of it's not funny. Not only are you, am I squashing this whole fine nonsense, I'm entering a court order that you are no longer allowed to use the analytics off your water meters for any such purpose again. That if you want to charge, if you want to bring somebody in saying that they're, being an Airbnb or something like that, you need to bring in more proof than what just something that your analytics off of water usage is showing you.
Oh, like the cops don't drive around in the wintertime looking for houses that don't have snow on them because they got a grow operation in the attic.
Right.
Oh, well, we saw they had no snow. Did you get a warrant? Well, we had to. We're the police. We have to get a warrant for anything and everything. But your little guys like us, your run-of-the-mill shoestring reporters, we don't have to get warrants. And
because we can get charged with crimes if we get caught doing something that the government needs warrants for.
And a good journalist will take that risk.
Do we have any good journalists left in the country?
Well, this Nick
Nick
guy seems to be.
Well, he's now saying that he can't leave his house without being followed
I thought I saw something on Twitter that Officer Tatum, not that I have any love for that guy, but apparently Officer Tatum has provided him with private security.
Oh, really? Okay.
I thought I saw
I'm
something.
I'm not a big fan of Officer Tatum.
He's been in the feeds as being kind of both one way and another. I'm not going to put my 2 cents in worth. I don't care about the guy.
I've only watched a few of his videos, and the few I've watched I found uninteresting. So there's quite a few people I've lost interest in.
I same here, and I don't know why. It's just like you. Well, and I would say it's probably their views have deviated from mine. It's about the only thing I can say. I mean, I just watched a video on losing interest in online arenas, like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and how these people have been in the business for X number of years, a long time, but they don't understand why their followers are dropping off. And it's like, you have been in this arena so long, you have become an elite. And because you have become an elite, you are portraying yourself as an elite. And we don't want that. We liked you when you were Joe Blow.
Right.
When one video that you create spends more money than I make in a year, I've lost interest in you because you're not pandering to me. You're showing me that you've got all this money. You're not providing anything for me. And that's why people lose interest.
Well,
there was an aquarium guy I followed for years because he taught you the different ways to build an aquarium rather than go buy one. How to build your own filtration system, how to build your own lighting, how to build everything in the aquarium industry. And then he slowly was like, I want to get out of this. I want to build a gallery. I want to build a public aquarium. I want to do, and people lost interest because he wasn't doing the thing that made him who he was.
Well, something like that, you think that'd be a limitation to how many different types of aquariums and such he could build for home use.
I can build this 10-gallon. Oh, I can build this 200-gallon. Oh, I can build this 2,000-gallon. And he did. He built a 2,000-gallon aquarium. And it was cool as fuck. But then he quit building. And I lost interest. I wanted to know how to build stuff. I didn't want to sit here and watch you go, oh, well, this company gave me 10 200-gallon aquariums for free and said, here, go make a video. I'd shit my pants if somebody gave me 10 200-gallon aquariums.
Now, it would be neat, though, if he took those 10 200-gallon aquariums and showed you how to interconnect them all to where fish could swim through all 10 of them.
Oh, he's done it in the past. He's taught you how to drill an aquarium, how to build an in-tank sump, how to build an outside sump, how to I mean, he really did teach a bunch of stuff. It's what got me into aquarium, fish keeping industry. And I've been in it for, gosh, almost 15 years now because of one guy. And now I can't tell you the last video of his I've watched. It's probably been 2 years. Because I'll see it and I'll go, he's not building anything. I'm not watching it. Because it doesn't interest me. And creators don't get that you can't do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over.
Right.
You have to grow, but you have to grow with your viewers. You can't grow alone. You have to grow with your viewers. But I'm distracting us all again. I do this. And we were talking about Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing a little bit of research. And I didn't, of course, we all know Minnesota's got a huge Somali population. I didn't realize that Ohio had the second largest Somali population until I was doing a little bit of research on this. And, they quibble over the fact, people have said that Obama brought in 70,000 Somalis. Well, technically, he didn't bring in 70,000. He only brought in 54,000. Okay, the other 16,000 came in while Obama was still president, but he didn't bring them in. They came in under other rules. Well, still 54,000 is still a lot of people to bring in and plop down into one state. That's a whole city in and of itself. So, okay, I don't care that a British law firm's being sued for leaving all their evidence outside.
Oh, what do you think about the whole Minnesota flag thing?
How's that for a response?
That's how I felt when they changed the Georgia flag, but I grew up in Georgia. I have a little bit more to say about that, but
right.
Yeah.
Well, if for some reason they would ever try to change the Ohio flag, I would have a holy fit conniption.
I don't get why they changed the Minnesota flag. It was offensive in no way to my understanding. Now, the Georgia flag, yeah, it had the stars and bars on it. I get it. It had the Confederate flag on it. I get it. I don't get it, but I get it. Why did you change the Minnesota flag?
To make Somalis happy.
Had the state seal on it.
To make Somalis happy.
Apparently.
Wife said I threw a scare into her yesterday. We were standing there talking. She said, all of a sudden, I just shut up, stopped talking. Okay, I'm like, and the only thing I know is I'm standing there talking to her one moment, the next moment, I'm halfway to my knees and she's got a hold of me underneath my armpits trying to keep me from falling. She said I stood there and started weebling and wobbling back and forth like a wind was blowing me. But it's like, I don't remember any of this. The only thing I remember is you come, standing there talking to you, and the next thing I know is you're underneath. You got your shoulders underneath my armpit, trying to hold me up. Oh, let's see here. I love how all the cities, closing down, which I think at noon tomorrow. It's like, okay, let's see. Closing down on noon on the 30th, and you're not reopening up for the rest of the week. Is the city doing that up there where you live? City and county?
Do what now?
Our city and county shutting all government offices starting at noon tomorrow.
Not that I've heard of.
And they're staying closed until next Monday.
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, my wife works for the county, so.
Okay.
And I know Friday and Saturday are going to be pure hell for her. She has to work New Year's Day. But the second and third are her two busiest days. Second, third, and fourth.
Okay.
Because at the end of the year, she does payroll. So all the tax stuff falls in, all the I've heard nothing about it up here.
Yeah, the hotel I work at, what they do is take we'll get a paycheck dated for the 31st, and then we'll get another paycheck on regular pay period for I think it's like for the 1st through the 4th or something like that. So, everybody will get like a 4-day paycheck. So if you only work one day in those 4 days, you get a paycheck for 8 hours.
Yeah, well, that's something that my wife has to contend with, is people working out of their pay grade, people taking time off, whether it's paid time off, unpaid time off, whether it's, the day before the holiday, the day after the holiday. Some of the stories that she tells me, I would never want to be an accountant.
But accountants are such weenies. Isn't that how they're always portrayed on TV? Just, antisocial little.
And the other part of it is, I don't see how these employees can be so stupid, but then again, they work for the government. Some of the stuff she tells me, I'm like, even I know better than that. Even I know you don't do it that way. And
Right.
I'm not an accountant, and I don't do that job.
Common sense ain't so common anymore.
So fucking rare. It should be a superpower.
Almost.
That's what I love about my brother, is he's smart as fuck, but got no common sense. Me, on the other hand, I'm dumb as shit, but I do have common sense.
I'm trying to see there. No. Bridget Bardot died.
Oh, yeah. And everybody's going,
No.
"Oh, she was a horrible person. She was racist. She was no, she was based. She didn't take no shit from nobody."
Bridget Bardot was one of the most beautiful women. Oh, I remember growing up watching Bridget Bardot movies. Oh.
Right? Monkey, wake up.
Autocrack going to have me. Oh, what's Autocrack doing to you?
Dastardly as opposed to bastards.
Oh.
But you could leave it and go, yeah, them dastardly bastards, and be okay with it.
That's one thing I hate about this one system I'm on. They have got that thing so if the computer, if their algorithm even thinks you're typing in a cuss word, no matter how many spaces or dashes or whatever you put in, it just puts it in all asterisks.
Yeah, I've seen some boards that do that.
And it's like it's and you're typing in something that's not even a cuss word, but the algorithm thinks it is in some other language or something. I'm trying to remember what it was I was trying to put in the other day.
Yeah, whenever I join a board or YouTube or Twitter or anything like that, I'm like, no, I want everything. I want the cuss words. I want the pornography. I want the killings. I want to see it all. I don't want anything filtered. Give it to me straight.
That see, I may not approve of what comes across my screen by what somebody's typed, but I want to know what it is they typed. I don't want the computer telling me, well, no, you don't get to see this. My skin is thick enough for the most part that somebody can sit there. I mean, the only time I've ever taken stuff serious that's been said to me online was when several people that I considered online friends told me I was abusing Ramen and other people. And that bothered me a lot when I was told I was abusing them. Because one thing I don't want to do is abuse anybody that I invite onto my stream. But they said I'm abusing Dar, I was abusing Ramen, I was abusing a couple other people.
Well, damn it, start abusing me.
So it's like, nah, I may cut you off, but that's by accident, not on purpose.
Start abusing me. I feel so left out.
A equals what? Replacing words. Oh.
A way to circumvent the not pornography, the
algorithm.
profanity.
Yeah.
How to circumvent profanity algorithms.
And somebody will figure out how to incorporate that into the next updated algorithm. It's just a constant battle back and forth, people trying to express themselves and other people trying to stop them from being able to express themselves. Now that's one thing when I ran my own board back in the 80s. The only rule I had was, you can say anything you want to say as long as it wasn't inherently threatening of violence. Or threatening another person who posted on the board. But other than that, I didn't care what you posted. I didn't have no words blocked. Now, did I block people? Yes. Some people just came on to be that even being calling them a troll is being kind.
When I set up my ability to stream, even though 99.9% of the internet world does not know my real name, I have one name blocked because I hate people calling me that name. I'm not going to tell you what the name is because then I'll be telling you my name. But I have one name blocked because I cannot stand being called that name.
Right.
And it is a derivative of my name. But
well, there's a derivative of my name that only one person in my lifetime got away with calling me that, and that was my grandmother.
Right, right.
So, but then I was the only person that could get away with calling her my battle axe. And she'd sit there. My mom and dad get so mad at me. My aunts would get mad at me when I, say she was my favorite old battle axe, and my grandmother would just sit there and giggle because she knew how I meant it. Grandma, this was a woman who was born in 1901, January of 1901.
Wow.
And she's seen some things, and she grew up on a working farm. She lived on a working farm her entire life up until she was in her 70s. And this woman took no garbage from nobody. And the only thing that bothered her is she was deathly afraid of snakes.
Definitely, I know people like that.
And one of the worst whoopings I ever got from my mother was when she found out I took a dead gardener snake and wrapped around the doorknob of my grandmother's house.
You ain't right.
Oh.
Let's see.
After my grandmother recovered, she thought it was funny. But when my mother found out about it, she blistered my butt like absolutely. It seemed like for hours she laid into me.
I put a picture inside chat that you will get a tickle out of. You yourself.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else will, but you will. Tell me what's wrong.
I'm opening it up now. Is this one I can share?
Yes.
Oh my God. You have got to be kidding me.
I knew you'd get a kick out of that.
Oh.
Get a kick out of that.
Somebody's in a heap of trouble.
You know, they could get more money for it if they said it was a Navy hat. I'm not military, and I even know what's wrong with that picture. And what they should have done was they should have written Army hat 995 in crayon.
Green crayon.
No, tan to match the tag.
Oh God, I got a friend of mine I gotta send that to. He was a Marine. I gotta send that picture to him.
Oh, and
He will.
the other link brought tears to my eyes. Absolute tears. Did you?
Yeah.
That is a Marine hat. It's not an Army hat and it's not a Navy hat. It is a Marine hat. Can be other hat than a Marine hat.
Yep. Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. Yeah, I saw that video.
They're the only ones that get to dress as trees out in the ocean.
What was it? The Navy guys came out with a blue set of BDUs.
Oh, and my only question, BDUs.
Yeah, and my only question for him was, okay, so that matches in so well with the ocean. How do you find anybody that's fallen overboard?
Right. Exactly.
These guys.
Now you may know the answer to this.
Okay.
Is it true, or would you know if it's true that the BDUs, the colors and designs, primarily, obviously, for camouflage, but are they also designed to not show blood?
I have no idea about that one. I know they show red hydraulic fluid real well when before they've been completely soaked in them. And hydraulic fluid is red.
Yeah. I don't know where I heard that, and it was a long time ago that I heard it.
Because whenever I got a new set of BDUs, well, even back on the days where I had my OD greens, both my cotton ones and my permapress, first thing I'd do, I'd take them back, I'd wash them, then I'd take them into work with me and just soak them in hydraulic fluid, then take them up, hang them out to dry, then wash them again. And then that way, they're evenly stained and I couldn't get in trouble for having a stained uniform because I pre-stained them.
That's one way to do it. No, I remember getting some Army stuff. My brother went to school at North Georgia College, which is one of 3 or 4 military colleges.
Right.
And he used to, it was pure military. They had to dress full military, haircut, the whole 9 yards. And he would, they would give stuff, and some of it he didn't have to give back. So I got some of his stuff while he was in school. And he gave, I don't know whatever happened to him, but he gave me a pair of wool socks. Oh my God. These things were like 3 inches thick
Yeah.
and went all the way up to mid thigh. Mid thigh.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell do you need these for? I had never seen wool socks that were mid thigh.
Okay, I just put in, and I can't find anything on saying about military BDUs designed to hide blood or blood stains.
I I just thought it would be weird because if you get shot, you would want somebody to see where you're shot so they can fix it and stop the bleeding. I just thought it was a weird statement that somebody would make, and it stuck with me for a couple of decades.
Yeah, if there is anything, there's nothing in the there's nothing popping up under just a straight Google search.
Well, then there's the wives' tale that the British redcoats used redcoats so you couldn't tell if you injured somebody or not.
I think that was true. I thought that. Well, I
Maybe.
mean, again, that's something I heard too when I was a kid.
Well, it would explain the French's brown uniforms.
Yep. From when they shat on themselves.
Oh, did you happen to hear about the guy that stole a police car up here in Seattle?
No. Why would anybody want to steal a police car? You're going to
It's
get
not
caught.
that he stole a police car, it's how he stole it. He walked up to the car while it was stopped in the middle of the interstate, the middle, not the shoulder, like lane 2, opened the door, pulled a female lieutenant out of the vehicle, threw her to the ground, got in, and drove off.
Oh.
Yeah. Walked up, opened the door, drug her out, got in, and drove off, all in the middle of the interstate.
If that ain't something else.
And the latest news on it is he claims he was high on meth.
Well,
Man accused of pulling state trooper out of a patrol vehicle and taking it on a dangerous high-speed joyride down I-5 on Christmas Day told officers he had smoked meth. He was walking along the shoulder of the freeway. Officer spoke to him. He agreed to cross 5 and then walked towards said exit. And shortly after that, he took the lady's car. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that was like right up the street from me, too. Huh. This is getting, I didn't even read the article. I just watched the video and with the sound off and was just like, huh. I mean, no joke. It happened real close to me. Oh, wow. What about the midair helicopter crash in New Jersey? 2 helicopters crashed midair in New Jersey on Sunday, killing 1.
Oh, that one I hadn't heard about. That just happened yesterday.
December 28th, 4:23 p.m. is when this was posted.
Oh, well, basically anything happened over the weekend. I was not online to hear about it. I was almost offline starting Friday afternoon. So, well, actually starting Christmas Eve, I've been offline. So,
it's really weird for 2 helicopters to crash.
Unless they're news helicopters trying to get the same piece of news footage. Or a news helicopter and a cop helicopter and
right. Well, looking at one of the helicopters does not look like a any sort. It just looks like a private craft. All red with some tan stripes.
Yeah.
I see no nomenclature on it at all.
Yeah, that I never wanted an aircraft license, but always wanted a helicopter license.
Oh, I would love to have a helicopter's license, but to have one, I'd have to be able to fly one, and that's a lot of controls. It's a lot more controls than an airplane.
Then there was those. I don't even know if they still sell them out there. You don't hear about them as much as you used to. Basically, a glider with the Briggs and Stratton engine on the back of it and a propeller to push it along.
Yeah, the experimentals. Yeah.
You know, and the thing, you had said rudder pedals, a joystick, and a throttle, and that was it. And maybe a piece of ribbon tied to, a stick or something out front of you, and that was it. To tell you about which way the wind was blowing.
Yeah. A little more on this helicopter. There were only pilots in both, so there were only 2 people involved.
Okay. Hopefully both got out alive.
No, one was killed.
Oh.
And apparently one turned upside down, and I'm betting that was the one that the guy died in. Because a lot of times a helicopter can auto-rotate to the ground safely.
Right.
A lot of times. Not every time, but a lot of times. But one flipped upside down. The second one looked like it was doing okay, and then something snapped, and it started spinning and fell. But, yeah, that was up in New Jersey. Hamilton, New Jersey. And the pilots knew each other.
Oh, wow.
Said the pilots were regulars at the restaurant, would often have breakfast together. I wonder if they took off at the same time. He said he and other customers watched the helicopters take off before one began. I bet they took off together and were too close.
Yeah.
And who in their right mind would have 2 helicopters take off at the same time? You would want, you don't let 2 planes take off from the same runway. Why would you let 2 helicopters? But yeah, they're going straight up, but you want one to get up and clear and out of the way before the other one.
Well, they actually don't go straight up.
Well,
I mean, there is forward motion to them, but
I get that. I watched a video of a helicopter. They're like, how come this guy is didn't use the runway. The helicopter came in, landed. How come he didn't land on the H? And then he just went all the way to his taxi, inches off the ground. I'm like, he doesn't have to land. He just has to get close enough to ground to be safe.
I've been looking for this video, Georgia State Patrol. You brought it up, the Georgia State Patrol here. I was wanting your opinion on it, but I can't find it. There's up until the very last second, everything the Georgia State Patrol, I agree with, man. Guy in a stolen car, I believe the car was stolen, but they're in a high-speed chase with this character. And they end up pit maneuvering him. They drag him out through the window. They they throw him up on the hood of the police car, and they handcuff him. Man, I got no problem with anything they've done up to this point, right? Then the guy either slides off the hood, or the GSP is pulling him off the hood, and the guy falls off the hood head first onto the ground with his hands handcuffed behind his back. They let him lay there for a while until they notice all the blood pouring out, and then they call for an ambulance, and that's the end of it. And I'm like, at that point, that was wrong. They got the man handcuffed on the hood of their car. At that point, they are now fully responsible for anything and everything that happens to him. And they should, they did. I don't care if he slid off by accident or if they dragged him off and he fell and landed on his head. There's a trooper there that needs to be punished.
I will not make excuses. We don't know the whole story.
Right.
B, have you ever seen what a suspect looks like after they've killed a cop and been arrested?
Yep.
They look fine when they get into the car, and when they have their mugshots taken, they don't look so good.
And remember, I come from a family of cops, including my fathers, my uncles.
Yeah.
But all kinds of cops in my family. And once that person is in custody, unless they, as somebody in custody, attack the cop, we pay them cops to be professional. And being professional does not include beating taking their own form of justice out on a handcuffed prisoner.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying we don't know the whole story. But I agree with you. If somebody's injured, they need to have medical treatment. And if it's caused by you, then yeah, you should.
Right. But I mean, the video is plain and simple there. It's the cop car video, dash cam video.
Yeah.
And it looked like the cop dragged him off and dropped him on his head.
Yeah, it's one thing to not be able to defend yourself, but it's another thing to not be able to protect yourself. Right. And that guy was not able to protect himself.
Not with his hands cuffed behind his back.
There was no defense needed, but protection was needed, and he could not protect himself.
Right. But then I also saw a video here too, they tased him 3 times and nothing. I mean, and I'm not talking about he was wearing a jacket and the tasers just didn't touch him. He was wearing a t-shirt. Them barbs were in him, and the tasers did nothing. Even when they tried to dry taser him. Now, when he went straight to the hospital because he was fighting like hell, and the 4 or 5 of them cops just beat the holy crap out of him to get him under control. I'm talking knee kicks, using their knees, using their elbows, punching him in the ribs. That man had to have broken ribs. He had to have had broken ribs the way and with the fight that he put up. And with that, I had no problem. Hey, it's
one of the most dastardly things I think I've ever seen a cop do. And I will never forget it. And it's a phrase that I use on numerous occasions. Just used it recently with Jack. I don't remember the circumstances of the guy getting arrested. I just saw him being arrested. And they slammed him into the back side of the car on the trunk. And I do mean slammed him. And I was like, damn. And he was resisting and he was fighting and he was carrying on. And I watched a cop kick this dude in the ankles for like 3 minutes. Didn't hit him anywhere but the ankle.
Was he trying to break the guy's ankles?
I don't know. But I was just like, damn. I never thought of that. I've heard of going for the knee, but I've never heard of going for the ankle.
Well, you remember a few years ago, the cop that held the taser to the guy's groin?
No.
And it turned out it was a bad arrest from the get-go. The whole thing from the very beginning. The cops had no reason
getting out of the car. It was a bad go.
From the minute the cops targeted him, it was a bad go. But when they held that taser to the guy's crotch and told him, "You move, and we are going to fry your balls," I
wouldn't call that unethical.
The cop got fired and was spent some time in jail for it.
Well, like you said, it was a bad deal all the way across. But if it was a good arrest, I don't see a problem with putting it in his crotch and go, guess what, buddy? I mean, it's no different than, having your gun drawn.
Unfortunately, see, though I think that medically, though, that could kill the guy.
And a gun couldn't?
That's why they have the tasers. Tasers are supposed to be non-lethal.
Again, if I draw down on someone with a gun, I mean, cops are pulling out their guns just as much as they're pulling out their tasers. And just because he pointed it at his crotch shouldn't make difference one.
No, it wasn't pointed. It was buried into his crotch.
Again, shouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
If you're resisting arrest and I have to get you under control, if that means I have to pull out my gun to make you think, hey, I'm going to get shot. Well, less than lethal, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out my taser and I'm going to put it against your crotch. Now, do you feel froggy? Do you feel froggy with a gun or do you feel froggy with a taser? Doesn't make a difference. I've got both of them. Yeah, it was a bad deal. I get that. But I don't see a problem with putting a taser in somebody's crotch to get them to submit. Didn't deploy it. It's just a tactic. People have died from pit maneuvers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually I think that's kind of funny. Put a taser in his crotch. So I think that's absolutely hilarious. I'll shock them tits right off of you, babe. How would that be any different than putting a taser against somebody's heart? How would it be any different? Whether it's his crotch or his heart.
Let's see here.
Again, I just right, less lethal, not non-lethal.
Okay. See, now you got me. I'm kind of curious here. What the official guidelines are for the use of a taser. Like anything, there's got to be restrictions on how you can use them. Like, I seriously doubt you can put them at the base of somebody's skull.
Here I go, trying to research something in a chat window.
So, well, I just put in something real quick, and all I got was the generic taser website. So that's something that's probably going to cause a take a little bit more of a rabbit hole dig. So speaking of which, I need to double check and make sure that mine and my wife's gun insurance is still up to date. I carry $1 million worth of insurance on the wife and I. $1 million a piece. If the other night I thought for certain I was going to have to pull my gun.
Oh no!
It was it would have been in the defense of somebody else, but fortunately the fight got broke up before it got carried too far. The last time I pulled my gun, it was in the defense of, I actually did pull my gun in the defense of someone else, which in Florida is perfectly legal. I was on private property, and these two guys got in a fight, and one of them was ground pounding the other guy's head into the asphalt and wouldn't stop. So I pulled my gun and told the guy that was doing the beating that if he didn't stop, I was going to have to shoot him.
On your taser thing,
Yes.
You should not intentionally target the head, neck, chest, especially the heart area or groin. And I'm like, how are you not going to hit the chest area? That's center mass. It's going to be the largest target area. And it's usually done into the back, not into the front, but it doesn't really matter. But I don't think I've ever seen anybody tasered in the leg or in the arm intentionally.
Oh yeah, I've seen people. I've seen people tasered in the legs.
Intentionally?
intentionally.
Okay. I can't ever remember it. I always see police go center mass
Right.
for a taser
Well,
to get best chance of acquiring target.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's okay. Why do I have 4 pair of headsets out here? Ah, because the wife forgot to take out my poor daughter-in-law with the 2 boys. She is busy with these two boys keep her busy, especially my grandson got a skateboard, the oldest one, the 7-year-old. And they sent us a video, and he learned very quickly that skateboards were not designed to go cross country. They weren't designed to go on grass. He was skateboarding in his driveway and decided to try to skateboard over someplace else, and he was going to ride it across the lawn.
I can remember back in the days they had all-terrain skateboards. I do
Really?
remember back in the day, giant knobby tires on a skateboard.
Well, the skateboard he got, the beginner skateboard he got, does not have big knobby tires on it.
Yeah, but it probably didn't have the wheels that would slowly deteriorate away,
It's
or
got
even
nice.
metal wheels.
Oh God, we used to.
I had a metal wheel skateboard.
I had a skateboard one time. I made my own. I took. Remember the old fashioned roller skates, the metal ones?
The ones that were adjustable that you put on over your shoes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I flattened a pair of those out and put them on a chunk of plywood.
Oh yeah.
And that was my skateboard. One roller skate in the front and one roller skate in the back. And I was going down the road on it.
No ability to turn.
Yeah. Because I had a gravel driveway, so there's no way it's going to work on the driveway. But it worked just fine going on the asphalted road until I tried to stop.
See you later, Digi. Have a good one.
Yeah, did you have a good day at work, my friend?
They do still have off-road skateboards, Paul? I hadn't even bothered thinking to look.
Yep, they do off-road skateboards.
Now that I think about it, I want to say one of my brother's friends has one of these.
Good God, these things are huge.
Expensive too.
Oh, that's an electric skateboard.
Who the fuck is going to pay $2,100 for a fucking skateboard? I can get a car for that. Go away, Rufus. $2,500?
There you go. You've got to be kidding me.
$2,500 for a freaking skateboard.
What, on Amazon?
Yeah. Hold on. Here you go. Damn, that's a big link.
Man, look at that skateboard, man. It's got shock absorbers built into it.
Let's see. This $2,500 skateboard does 35 miles an hour for 24 miles.
Is this still a skateboard at that point?
Twin motors. Like I said, what gears?
Shut the audio off. Top speed 55 knots an hour.
55 kilometers an hour.
A 172-kilometer range. Wow.
But again, $2,500 for a frickin' skateboard.
Hey. I've seen, some people's hobbies, I quit buying guns and knives because the prices got too stupid.
Well, Paul was just like, if they are into it, they will spend the money. Let's not talk about my hobby costs. And I'm like, point taken. Point taken.
Yeah.
I scan my desk and all the monitors and computers, and yeah, okay, I get you.
I used to collect knives just if the design interested me. I didn't care what the metal was. I was just looking at the design. Wall hangers. And then the prices started going stupid. And once the prices started going stupid, it was like, okay. The same way with guns. The price of guns went stupid, so I quit buying them.
Well, being that you're a knife collector, did you happen to get that really big Swiss Army knife?
Absolutely not.
Did you see that really big Swiss Army knife?
Yes.
The one for like $1,500?
And I sat there and looked at that and I just said, why?
Exactly.
Why? I mean,
it's huge.
I had my Bowie replica, but the Bowie knife is a classic knife.
Yes.
And this was the replica of the original Bowie, not what other people called Bowies. Okay. I did have an opportunity one time that I said no to, and now I wish I hadn't of buying a Bowie knife actually made out of a piece of an asteroid. And at the time, the guy only wanted $600 for it. And now I wish I'd done it.
Because now they're going for what, $2,000?
Oh no, I have no idea what a Bowie knife made from an asteroid would cost anymore. But no, just thinking back on it, it's like, man, I wish I'd spent that $500. But that was a month's pay for me at the time. And even though I'd lived in the barracks, it's still a month's pay. So I have no idea.
Bowie knife, meteorite, pocket knife, $10,000. Another one sold for $7,500. There's 3 trapper knives for $300 to $2,100. KD meteorites. $10,000.
Damascus meteorite knife Bowie. Here we go. What's this in here? 10 grand. Okay, well, that's oh, that is a beautiful knife. Though 11 3/4 inch knife, it was sold, so they didn't leave the price tag up. I talked to a young lady here this weekend. She goes hunting, and she's one of these people that there's nothing left to waste. When she shoots a deer or a boar, there's nothing, as little goes to waste as possible. Therefore, she's learned how to tan her own leathers. And she's finally made her first dress using the tan leather of a couple of deer that she'd shot. And she sent me pictures of it, of her wearing it. And it is absolutely gorgeous. For being an all leather dress, it must have 50 panels built into it.
Nice.
So, and each panel is just a slightly different shade. But it's just not slapped together either. It starts off with the lighter shades at the top and the darker shades down at the bottom. And it's really a beautiful dress. So she said she's going to start making belts and such, and trying to sell them, see if she can make some money selling deer and boar leather belts.
Well, if she gets a lot of boar, she should get into brushes.
Into what?
Brushes.
Oh, paint brushes?
Or hair bristle brushes. My beard brush is boar's bristle.
Oh, okay.
And let me tell you, that's a great feeling, brushing your beard with a stiff bristle brush like that. Oh, it's glorious. One of the best feelings in the world.
My barber convinced me that they told me that I either needed to start spending money on buying oils and crap for my beard or to trim it off, trim it back. And I'm a cheapskate, so I trimmed it back.
Yeah, I don't take care of any of my hair. I wash it and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't use conditioners. I don't use oils. and they usually only trim my beard maybe once or twice a year.
Mm. Every now, my hair's always been oily, so I never. But every now and again, it'll feel like when I'm washing it, it'll feel like I'm washing straw. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'll steal a little bit of the wife's hair conditioner.
I have only gone. Well, I haven't shaved my beard off since I think like 1990.
Okay,
I think it was the last time I shaved my beard completely off. I did not shave off my mustache. That I don't think I've ever done. Um, but I've only let my beard grow for one calendar year, one time. Not trimmed it, not, and it was, I would say it was to the bottom of my sternum in a year's time.
good God,
Yeah.
your beard grows fast.
Oh, it
It,
grows ridiculously fast.
it's like a guy I worked with out in Arizona, out in Phoenix, out at Luke Air Force Base. We called him Magilla, as a Magilla gorilla,
Hmm.
because one, he was, I mean, could have been a linebacker for any football team, but he'd come into work fresh shaved in the morning, and by lunchtime, by noon, he had to go and shave again. And if he didn't shave over the weekend, he had a full blown beard. If he had a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, he had a full growth beard. So yeah, and he's one of these guys that, I'm sure his wife made him shave his back when he got
My
married.
wife put up with it because she knew I wanted to do it. And once we got to that 1 year mark, she realized, yeah, he's not going to do that again. Oh, it was such a hassle having a beard that long. Oh, it's such a hassle. I got to the point where I had to blow dry my beard
Yeah.
because it was nothing but a sponge. It would hold water for hours.
Hey,
He's sitting here at the computer, all of a sudden, drip. It's like, damn, the hell? I had
Paul
to
wants to
start.
try. Paul wants to learn how to tan leathers.
It's not safe, and if I remember correctly, it ain't cheap either.
I don't know. I've never tried to do it. Our butcher, he took the leather hide and trade for the leather hide and 10% of the meat and trade for doing the butchering. So if we took in 100 pounds of meat, he kept 10 pounds of the meat and the hide, which was fine with us. That way it didn't cost us anything to have our meat ground up and sliced up and everything else. But I never did any high. Now my uncle, he had a side business making canes out of bull penises. He found out you could do it, and he did it. That and dog chew toys.
Huh.
Bull and pig penis.
Chrome tanning can cost 10 to 30 cents per square foot. But then you start adding animal types into it, as far as like deer, elk, cow, it goes upwards to $40 to $80 per square foot to 10. Deer 40 to 80, elk, moose 175 to 385, cow and buffalo 285 to 385 per square foot to tan. It ain't cheap.
And that's why leather products are so expensive.
Exotics such as alligator are priced per centimeter. Or roughly per inch, but wow. Yeah. It ain't a cheap hobby, Paul. But then again, we know we don't have cheap hobbies.
Nope. None of our hobbies are cheap anymore. Now, my daughter-in-law, I got my, they gave me my usual gift card for Christmas, which is a $50 gift card towards Audible, which is fine and dandy with me because I've got about $80 worth of books that I'm wanting to get, just to complete out some series. So, get the secondary and tertiary books. The primary series, I've got them all, but they've got the secondary and the tertiary books. So I've been looking at getting those here for a couple of years. And I tell you, I'm in the third book of the Sword of Truth series. And I listen to them when I take a shower. I've listened to the audiobook, from the time I go back to take a shower and get dressed and everything, I got the book playing. And the wife come back in the bedroom the other day and she sat down, she was waiting on me to get out of the shower, and she's like, "What is this book about?" Remember I told you, I was telling you, about the very adult Harry Potter books? And she goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, this is one of those books." She goes, "Yeah, you're right. It is very adult."
Funny, you should mention something about shower. I've had this article pulled up for about, 30 minutes now. Yesterday, 4:45 p.m., Seattle PD, woman shot for taking longer than expected in the shower.
Huh?
Officers arrested suspect Sunday morning. 26-year-old woman was found with gunshot wounds to her upper thigh. According to police, the woman said the suspect shot her after she took longer than expected in the shower. She was taken to...
Oh, the cops didn't shoot her. Somebody else shot her.
Yes, a roommate shot her. Get out the shower, bitch.
A 47-year-old man shot her while she was showering at his apartment.
Yeah. I can't tell if
okay, now wait a second here. Reading further down, a BB is a BB. The police found a BB gun, a pellet gun, and a small handgun.
Yeah.
So what did he use to actually shoot her with?
Well, I'm going to guess
with the pellet gun,
since she's listed in serious but stable condition.
Okay.
I don't think a BB gun or a pellet gun in the thigh is going to put you in the hospital under serious but stable conditions.
Pellet guns are hunting guns. Pellet varmint guns. You can use pellet rifles as varmint guns.
They have 22
Believe
caliber
me.
pellet guns.
Yes.
But given Seattle and given that it doesn't state while she was showering at his apartment, they don't tell you if it's some rando taking a shower. You know, it could have been he could have been a pimp and it was his prostitute. They don't give you the ins and outs of the relationship. The woman said she was shot while showering at his apartment. Hey, can I take a shower real quick? You know, were they boyfriend, girlfriend? Were they just friends? Was it some rando off the street? I want more information. And what is longer than expected? I mean, there's times where I'll jump in the shower, wash my hair, soap up, rinse off, and get out. And there'll be other times I'll get in there and turn the hot water on and just stand there. What is longer than expected? I watch too much true crime. I just don't get how people can be that dumb. And it bleeds into real life goings on around me. I don't get it. What is longer than expected? Who was she? Who was he? What is their relationship? I want to know. But it's just funny that you mentioned shower, and I had an article about it. Again, my randomness and sidetrackingness prevails.
Right. Yeah, I got booted.
You got booted? I didn't even see you get booted.
Yes, I did. I got booted.
I didn't even see you blink.
Oh, wow. I did not know Sig Sauer made a .177 caliber semi-auto black air pistol with a 20-round pellet magazine for $140. Yeah, for $140, you could buy it off of Amazon.
Yeah, but I don't trust CO2 guns.
Oh, I just have fun with that in the backyard shooting.
No, I
mean, I wouldn't use it for self-defense.
Yeah, well, you get 2 good shots out of a CO2, and then it's lackluster from then on. CO2 is not the way to go unless you have a large canister like a paintball gun would have. CO2 is, I'd rather have a pump. I get the auto, semi-auto, I get it, but right. If I don't know, I'm not into, I don't get the full auto thing.
I've just never used a CO2, anything CO2. Everything I've ever used was always a pump.
Spring or air.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, see, I did have. Well, let me correct that. I did have a CO2 um, shot paintballs, but I used that because we had a raccoon that was constantly on my porch trying to dig through the door. So I didn't want to kill it. I just wanted to dissuade it from coming up on my porch all the time
Right,
at
right.
night. And one day he was out there digging and I opened up the side window and I shot him square in the butt. Literally, his butthole was the target. I've never seen an animal shoot straight up in the air and take off going forward like he was Superman flying before, like he did. That was the last time we ever saw that raccoon on my porch.
Hell,
He
wouldn't
never,
want my butthole hurting either.
he never came. I hoped I didn't kill him, but because I mean, it wasn't. I mean, it was only about 10 foot away from him when I shot him, but I didn't have the have it set to max pressure anyway because I just wanted to get him off our porch. I mean, raccoons in and of themselves are not dangerous creatures, but they cause damage until you get one trained up as a pet or something. But anywho, my
Yeah, some of these pellet guns are ridiculous in firepower.
yeah. Well, and it's not like the pellet guns when I was growing up that we used for squirrel hunting or to kill rats in the barn. So,
This Varmint Power 22 caliber pellet gun, 1,100 feet per second.
yep.
Single piston pump. 1,100 feet per second. It's pretty damn fast.
The thing is my only fear about having a realistic looking like this Sig Sauer is it's realistic looking. And do not ever want to be mistaken having a realistic. Well, it's like that guy. You heard about the guy pumping gas. Went to his normal gas station, right? And he would wave to the attendant inside to turn on his pump so he could get gas. Well, he waved one day and then this cop saw him wave the pump, the head of the pump, and thought the guy was waving a gun and pulled up on him and had his gun trained on the guy and get on the ground, all these stupid orders just for waving a gas station, a gas pump at the attendant. It's like people nervous in the service with a gun.
Oh, people have been arrested for finger guns.
Oh yeah. Kids been arrested
kids
for
kicked out of school for finger guns.
Kids getting kicked out of school for chewing their sandwich into the shape of a gun. That happened. So,
Yeah.
People are stupid.
And I'm here for it.
I don't mind
laugh at them all day long.
The problem is their stupidity though usually ends up in laws. And what they do through their stupidity ends up in causing us more problems. It's like, don't eat don't eat the Tide Pods. Why? Because some kid thought it'd be funny to eat a Tide Pod, and Tide got sued over it.
Do away with warning labels. Seriously. Do away with warning labels. And frivolous lawsuits.
The problem with that, though, well, define the frivolous lawsuit, because I don't consider my lawsuit frivolous.
Do not use genitalia to stop chain on saw. No, just go ahead and leave that one off.
Oh man, speaking of, I wonder if I could see if I can find this video. It was, I mean, you would talk, man. There is a video. It's an older video, but it's funny as hell, in a doctor's office. I'm going to see if I can find it. This female doctor sitting there telling her patient that they're pregnant. And the patient is sitting there saying, no, I can't be pregnant. I'm a man. And the doctor's, sitting there looking at him going, well, you see, you don't understand. You have got the body parts of a woman. You performed an action using them body parts that resulted in pregnancy, and you are pregnant. How dare you say I'm a woman? Men can't get, only women can get pregnant, and I'm not a woman. I'm a man. And I mean, this person argued with this doctor for the video went on for about 4 minutes. The whole time this person's arguing with the doctor, saying that they couldn't be pregnant because they were a man. And the doctor's sitting there saying, yes, you think you're a man, but you got the body parts of a woman.
I would look at him and go, okay, you're a guy. It means you're not pregnant. Go have fun.
My daughter-in-law asked me what I wanted for Christmas present a few weeks back. I said, oh, that's simple. And she goes, what's that? And I said, news that I'm going to have another grandchild. She looked at me, and if looks could have caused instant death.
Did you get one?
No. No, I was not given that for a Christmas present.
Bummer.
But boy, did she give me a dirty look. I was like, no, I am not going to no, there is not going to be a third child.
Something my stepdaughter said, or actually it was my son-in-law, which he's a riot. He's like, when their daughter was born, he was just like, yeah, this is our second last child. Because they were only going to have two.
That saying that bedside after she just got done delivering is not the best time to be saying something like that.
But yeah, and I'm curious if my stepson is going to have another kid. I sure hope so. I'm not wishing it, but I sure hope so. It will be awesome for his son to have a brother or sister.
Yeah.
But whether it happens or not, I don't know. Gabe just turned 4, so we're starting to get on the outer limits. Or at least the way that I see families made.
Right.
Start getting 4 years apart between siblings. It starts to not have, or I feel like it starts to, there's going to be more separation as opposed to more I know that my brother are closer at 2 years apart than my friend and his brother that are 7 years apart. We have more of the same interests as opposed to being further age apart. You have less of the same interests.
My older sister and I are 5 years apart.
Okay.
My younger brother and I are 4 years apart, and I'm closer to my older sister than I am to my younger brother.
Right. Wow, that's a huge spread. 9 years.
Well, there's another brother and sister between me and this and him. There were 5 of us all together.
Okay. I
But I
want to say
had a younger brother by 2 years, a younger sister by 3 years, and then another younger brother by 4 years.
I'm trying to remember the age differences of my wife's family because there was 6 of them. And I think there was only, it might have been about 9 years total. 58, 7 years. 58 to 65. But I just feel like kids that are closer in age or siblings that are closer in age tend to be closer because they have the same interests as they grow up. And I'm not saying that is a hard set rule, but my opinion, the kids that are siblings that are closer in age generally have the same interest and grow up in a tighter bond. Now, a family of 5, yeah, you've got such a diverse variety of interests over a large time span, in your case 9 years, 10 years, that those interests would spill over one direction or another.
Well, then there's also the fact that I was the bookworm in the family. All right, I was the one who would rather sit down with a good book than have the TV on or be outside messing around. Both my brothers and younger sister were let's put it this way, they got in more trouble as a threesome than anybody else deserved to get in trouble.
I get this. I went to school with a kid that his oldest brother, there was 3 of them, two brothers and a sister. His oldest brother was 17 years older than he was.
Wow.
17 years.
That's a gap.
Right?
Now, see, I mean, like I do have a half brother that I mean, we only saw him once a year because he lived with my grandparents. and he was 5.5 years older than I am.
Paul's youngest sibling is 21 years younger.
Yeeks.
Wow. I couldn't
Wow.
imagine that. Popping out a kid at 21 and then popping out a kid at 42. And just using arbitrary numbers, but damn.
Well,
It's been 20 years. Let's have another one. What?
I mean, that used to be common, you know. There'd be 10, 15. I mean, my mom has 9 brothers and sisters. She had 9 brothers and sisters who lived. She had a total of 12 brothers and sisters.
Well, my jeweler, or the guy that did my jewelry, he's since passed away, but he was one of 13.
Right.
It's like, wow, I couldn't imagine a family that large.
And there was if you look at the infant mortality rate
Damn, Paul.
from
10 younger siblings. Wow. 10 younger siblings. Are you the oldest? Now I'm curious. Are you the oldest, Paul?
you know, I get accused of not having any couth a lot of times, especially by my wife. But even I know there are some things you don't joke about. And speaking of Joe, have you seen the internet video of a guy using a speculum to make a tunnel sandwich
No.
and the women's reactions to that? I showed that video to my wife, and I've never seen her cross her legs and cringe before in the 37 years, 38 years we've been together, from the time we started dating till now. But I mean, she acted like a man who just watched another man get completely destroyed in the crotch.
I feel like you should send that to Jack Cochran. And you can even tell him that I told you to send it to him. He made me watch something yesterday, 2 days ago. I told him, I'm going to come over and kick you in the ankle for making me watch that.
But it's not, it's reading the comments is what's the best part of the video. The reactions by the women is absolutely hilarious, because he acts like he doesn't know what it was. That he just happened to find it. So he got messing around with it and decided it'd be great for making a tunnel sandwich. And you know, he does a great job just acting all innocent over it. Okay. And if you don't know what a speculum is, you know,
I wish I didn't know what it was.
Oh, here we go. I found the video.
Oh, no. I don't know that this is a good deal here. Good Old Games is entering a new chapter. Michael, somebody or another, Kaczynski, co-founder of CD Projekt and GOG, has acquired GOG. Oh, okay, from Project CD Red. Okay, cool. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Somebody just bought Good Old Games.
Oh, I can hear the sizzle. Oh, look at that smoke. It is working. Let's makes a lot smaller hole. Wish they were a little longer, but it is toasting it in there. Holy cow, it's toasting it, y'all. I did listen to your advice. I am going to put some mayonnaise in there before I put the hot dog. That'll probably make it taste a lot better. Another hot dog. See, this one's a little small. Oh, there it goes. And y'all said these ain't called tunnel sandwiches, but that's what I know them as. Oh, yeah. The bread, it toasted it, but the bread stuck to it. I mean, well, it makes a good sandwich.
It's just wrong. That's just wrong.
You're the shortest, Paul. I'm actually the tallest in my family at 6'3". Now my son is 6'3 1/4. So he never lets me forget that he's a 1/4 inch taller than I am. But then I remind him that I can still take him down to size if I needed to.
And my brother claims that I'm older than him and that he is only 6 foot tall, yet he's taller than me, and I'm 6'1", 6'2". But yeah, my brother is only 6 foot tall, and I'm older than he is. Been that way for like 10 years now.
Let's see, my older sister, she's 5'5", 5'6". My brothers, they were 5'11" and 6 foot, I believe. They were only like an inch apart. My baby sister was 5'7". She was tall for a woman.
We're trying to figure out where all of our height came from. Nobody in my mother's family or in my father's family was over 5'11".
I've got a cousin that's 7 foot tall.
I'm 6'2". My brother's probably 6'3". My 3 cousins, my dad's brother, his kids are 6 foot, 6'2", and 6'7". We have no idea where all of this 6 foot height came from.
Yep. So I've got a cousin that's 7 foot tall. He played basketball until he got a back injury.
Most tall people have back injuries.
And it was such a bad back injury that he developed curvature of the spine as an adult. So he ended up having to wear corrective back braces.
Yeah, my cousin 6'7" has had, I think, 2 back surgeries and an neck surgery.
They wanted to do neck surgery on me. It was going to have to be a dual neck surgery, one through the front and one through the back. And I asked him, I said, okay, surgeon says he wants to do it. I said, okay, great. I never question, usually 9 times out of 10 or 99 times out of 100, if a doctor says it's something that needs to be done, okay, let's do it. But this time I said, okay, now I got one question for you. You plan on going through this and operating on my neck. What are the chances of success and what are the ramifications of failure? And when he said it was less than a 50% chance of success and the ramifications of failure were paralyzation anywhere from the neck down to anywhere below that, I said, nah, I don't think I'll take the surgery.
Right. I'd agree with you.
You know, less than 50% chance of success. That means a 60% chance of
Failure.
up to a 60% chance of me becoming paralyzed. I think that's bad. The odds aren't quite in my favor, and RNG has always hated me.
RNGesus. Yeah, I don't know of anybody that's had only one back surgery.
You know what RNG stands for.
Yeah, RNGesus.
Yep. Random number generation.
Yep. That's why we always call it RNGesus.
I've never had luck with it.
Come on, Jesus. Give me some good numbers.
Okay. All right. It's almost 2 hours. Oh, has it been? Oh, it's been over two. It's been 2.5 hours.
That'd be my fault.
No, hey, ain't no problem. I mean, it's been almost a week since I've streamed, and like I said, I will not be able to stream again until Friday because I am going to be either out of town or with a house full of people.
Well, as of a week from Thursday, I'm going to be hit or miss on anything and every platform for, I don't know, 2, 3,
Months.
4 months. This is going to be crazy, dude.
Oh,
I'm never going. I'm just going to take 4 months and go do something.
Well, honestly, what in the hell was that?
I don't know where I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it.
Something just crashed in my yard. Sounded like something broke.
Ooh, maybe it's a helicopter.
It wasn't that big of a crash. Well, it wasn't that. Well, maybe it's one of the wife's flower pots got blown over somewhere and broke, and I don't see it.
Well, again, you got some high winds down there. It's like what?
Yeah.
20, 30 mile an hour winds?
Well, let's put it this way. The canvas on the second canvas topping I've got on her greenhouse looks like a parachute.
Yeah, I would say you got what, sustained 20 mile an hour winds?
They're pretty got what leaves are on my yard are being blown over into the neighbor's yard.
Awesome.
There's that much less I got to pick up. Since we lost all of our big trees that we had in our front yard or our side yard. These were the weirdest trees ever. Two of them had died. And it was a cluster of 6 trees into one tree trunk. And I paid a guy to come out and take them down because I just didn't want them to fall on the house. And when he started cutting through them, it smelled like camphor. You know, medical camphor?
Yeah.
And it turned out these weird ass trees, that's the natural smell of their sap.
Huh.
And the arborist, he said that that's where camphor actually started. And it has. I got some of the sap on my fingers, and it was a numbing agent.
Huh.
Right. So we had them cut down them trees because they were dead, or all but dead. And now I've got probably a dozen saplings growing up out of that uh,
Stump.
root base, out of the
Yeah.
stump base, and that's not including the couple of dozen I've already cut down. So I'm trying to figure out which ones I have the best chances of growing, and
Tapping some sap.
no, culling out the other ones and basically regrowing some trees because they were great for shade.
Oh yeah. I'd be tapping it for some sap if it's an analgesic.
So, but it's definitely numbing. The sap is definitely numbing, but I don't know if you could tap it for sap or not.
Be smearing that all over my neck.
The base of the stumps of each one of the stumps is only about 6 or 7 inches across. So they're not that big. But then when you get all these together, we've got almost probably 24 inches of stump base.
Wow.
Yeah, but like I said, it was 6 trees grew up out of one. 6 individual trees grew together to form one stump.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and it's fairly quick growing tree. They're fairly quick growing. I mean, it's every couple of months I got to go out and cut down saplings. So, all right, I will be back on Friday.
I will do my best to be here on Friday.
Okay. Paul, Digi, thanks for coming out. Appreciate you. I hope everybody had a very safe and happy Merry Christmas. Got to spend it with family and friends at the very least. New Year's will be coming up. Please be safe.
No blowing fingers off, people.
Yep. And, I don't know about up there, but down here we got plenty of tow companies and taxi services that offer free rides.
I'm a free ride provider.
So
you need a ride home, call me.
And
you're up here in the Seattle area and you need a ride home, call me.
We even have hotels that offer free rooms. We don't offer a free room. We offer rooms for $40 with tax New Year's Eve for drunk walk-ins.
Man, that's a stonking deal right there.
All we want is enough to cover the bill, cover the cost of housekeeping coming in to clean the room and laundry costs and that kind of stuff. We'd rather have somebody stay and sleep it off in our hotel than get on the road and drive.
$40 is a stonking deal for a New Year's Eve crash out spot.
No, but it can't be reservation. You have to.
Right.
You have to become staggering in.
It's usually how I go into a hotel, staggering.
And you can't be smelling
it because of lack of sleep, but it was a stagger nonetheless.
And you can't be smelling of weed. That's a rule I've got. You can't. If you come in,
okay.
If you're reeking of weed, you don't get the discount. I don't discount anybody who's reeking of weed.
Fair enough.
That's plain and simple. I don't care who you are. If I'm getting a contact high through the plexiglass divider. God, you can't imagine how badly some of these people smell that crap when they come in.
Oh, trust me, I know.
And And these people are supposed to be medical users only. Yeah.
I ran a smoke shop for 7 years. I know what it smells like when it comes through the door.
No,
Uh,
there's not many jobs I would turn down if I was job hunting or when I was job hunting. Like a local adult bookstore. Books in quotation. Offered me a job and I turned the guy down.
Oh, I go back and work in a smoke shop.
Okay. But
That's
I wouldn't
entertaining as hell.
I couldn't work in a smoke shop. I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't work in an adult bookstore and such either.
Yeah, I couldn't work in an adult shop, but well, I say that. I worked at Spencer's. That's an adult shop. But
Spencer's got away with an awful lot considering they were in a mall.
oh, when I was working there, they expanded that section. I expanded it. It's even bigger now.
Well,
It's the whole back wall.
so
It's not
Spencer's
just one 4-foot section, it's the whole fucking back wall.
Spencer's here went out of business a decade ago, so it's been a long time since I've been in one.
Well, I haven't been in a Spencer since 2011, I think, was when I got let go.
Is Spencer's even still a ongoing
Oh yeah,
business?
they're nothing but clothing store now. I'm not kidding. That's all they are now is basically a clothing and porn stop or adult toy stop. You might find some posters. Other than that, they are nothing but t-shirts, pillows, and lingerie. That's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or it was when I worked there. They had
Body
gone,
jewelry, graphic tees, lingerie, and lava lamps.
oh, yeah, there's still the lava lamp place. But no joke, when I worked there, I was in charge of the t-shirts. And we had just on the wall, not on the racks, just on the wall, we probably had we probably had 200 t-shirts.
Wow. I mean, they had great gag gifts and such in there.
Yeah, not anymore. Their gag gift is probably a 2.5 foot end cap. No joke. It's like a 2.5 foot end cap for novelty, for like cigarette loads, joy buzzer, fart whoopee cushion, fart spray,
right?
Dick confetti, and that's about it. Everything else is t-shirts, pants, lingerie, pillows, body jewelry, and lava lamps with some dildos thrown in. Yeah, Spencer's is nothing what it used to be.
Okay.
And I'm glad I got fired from there.
Spencer's used to be the place you went to for novelty stuff.
Yeah.
Gag gifts. You know, you're doing a white elephant.
Yeah.
You're doing a white elephant Christmas sale, Christmas gift exchange.
You went to get black light posters and black lights and.
Yeah. But not no more, huh?
Not again. I haven't been in a Spencer in 12 years, so I couldn't say. I walked by them and kind of looked in, but I'm not walking back into them. They fired me because somebody stole my medicine. Another employee stole my medicine, so I got fired for it. I will never do business with that company again, nor will I even walk in their establishment.
Well, you weren't supposed to be taking your medicine into work with you.
Medicine that I had to take throughout the day to be able to work.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Otherwise,
It's like-
you would have to pay me to not be at work. You would rather have me at work. So I took my medicine to work so I could continue to work. Somebody stole it and I got fired because of it. Somebody else steals something and I get fired. Okay.
all right.
All right.
We can keep talking here, but I got to get going. I've got
Yep.
other things I got to do. I got to do 3 days of cooking here this afternoon, maybe at least the prep work.
Yeah, I
Oh.
got to get rid of a car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to call pick and pull and have them come pick up a dead car.
Okay.
I have to have it done before I leave. So,
Yep. Okay. Well, everybody have a good weekend. Good midweek. Have a safe and happy New Year's. Okay. If you're going, personal opinion, I will not be able to indulge, but if you're indulging, stay at home and indulge, or indulge someplace that you'll be safe, either staying there or safe ride home.
I will not even be up at midnight, more than likely. I will be in bed asleep.
Unfortunately, I will be awake. I already know that.
You will be at work, won't you?
Yes, I will be at work. Unfortunately. That's what I get for taking a whole week off over Thanksgiving.
Right. Pay the piper.
I took a week off for Thanksgiving, and now this is my payback.
Well, I tried to live by a rule of I'm not working the last day of the year, nor am I working the first day of the year. And I did pretty good at that for a long time.
I worked so many Christmases and New Year's when I was in the Air Force, it wasn't funny.
The whole time I worked at the arcade, I worked every Thanksgiving and every Christmas. 13 years.
It was like, yep, it happens. Then when I was store manager, I didn't mind working Christmas when I was store manager. They paid me from 4:00 in the morning till 2:00 in the afternoon, triple pay
Nice.
to work Christmas morning.
I always did the midnight openings. That way my day could be done before everybody got up.
Ah,
Yeah, we're going to open at midnight. I'll be out of here at 8:00 in the morning. We can do that.
people were still in their pajamas.
Yeah, we would have between midnight and 5:00, we'd have like maybe 10 customers.
That's 10 more than I'll see New Year's Eve.
But again, it was just stand around and get paid for it.
Yep. And
We had
yeah,
already done all the prep work. We're just waiting now.
like I said, I got triple pay for those 8 hours from 4 till 2, 10 hours.
Yeah, I take
got-
triple pay every day of the week.
I got triple pay to work them 10 hours. I wasn't going to argue with it.
No, if I'm
So-
offered double time or better, I'll take it. I don't care what's going on.
So let's see here. I want that and slide down here to this. And we are out of here. Y'all have a good one.
All right, guys.